Well, hello and welcome back again to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio version. This is the tarot reading for people who are multitaskers and who want to improve their manifesting abilities. And you do that by improving your imagination. And you do that by listening more than watching or viewing. Here's the reason. As you watch moving pictures on a screen, video, you surrender your imagination in many regards. In fact, it gets weaker the longer you watch these moving pictures or videos because you are surrendering your imagination to what you see on the screen. With audio, I need to tell you a good story. I need to put all the parts and pieces together and let you, in your own imagination, fit all those parts and pieces together. In so doing, you make your imagination much stronger, you develop it, and you improve your ability to manifest. Alrighty, that's how it works. So, this picture is going to stay through the entire reading, probably run about 12, 13 minutes. Bottom row is where we begin, middle card is where we start. Upper row, we got the cards. The middle card will be the last card. So in each row, the middle card is the most important or functional card in the reading. The others just kind of fill in some of the details. So here we go. Bottom row, center card, the oracle card, never-ending story. This is rather an interesting picture because here you have what would look like a fairy type creature, and she looks deep in thought or maybe a little depressed, concerned, and right below her on the timekeeping mechanism, sand dial, there's a heart. So she have a broken heart? Well, could be. I do know that the number in the upper right-hand corner is 37. 3 and 7 is 1. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. It is not the end of her story. She may feel, looking at the card, she may feel like it's the end. Or she may be deep in thought thinking, okay, how do I begin again? It is, after all, a never-ending story. And some aspect of your life feels exactly like that. Just round, going nowhere. A lot of action, a lot of activity, but it all means nothing because it doesn't change anything. In fact, for a lot of people, the last 3 years most especially, but not exclusively, have made things worse and worse and worse and worse. Yes, there are always exceptions. There are some people who, even in bad times, have the fortune smile on them and they do well. But for the majority of the planet right now, I think it would be safe to say that everybody's suffering. Life is less than it was 3 years ago. And it seems like nothing's changing, nothing's improving. It's a never-ending story. In fact, maybe you look at your whole life and go, I've always gotten the dirty end of the stick. I always come up short. Damn, here I am doing it again. I'm losing. That could be the feeling. She has that kind of look on her face. Again, either she's anguished or deep in thought, don't know which. Let's get into the reading. Bottom row, card all the way to the left, 2 of Wands. First of all, I love the Wands because the Wands talk about excitement, opportunity, enthusiasm, positivity. And at their core, they talk about being plugged into your life. That's significant because most people are not. They live, but they're really not plugged in. It's like taking some device, phone for example, putting it into a USB port. Comes to life. That's what you're looking for in your life, because right now it doesn't feel that way. It's a never-ending story, and it's just round and round and round and round and round and round. You're looking for that charge in life. And this guy in the 2 of Wands, he may not be there yet, but he's looking to get there. He has 2 wands, of course, because there's a decision. There's a realization that has to be made. In his left hand, he has carrying one of the wands. In the right hand, he's carrying a globe, and he's looking intently into the future, looking into what he wants his world to be. What's out there for me? How can I manifest something much closer to what I'm really longing for? So the Two of Wands, again, positivity, excitement, enthusiasm, being plugged in, really important. But again, he's got a decision. Next to him, we got the Lovers. For very basic tarot reads, Lovers, of course, the question of love or some sort of relationship of one kind or another. But the fact of the matter is that the Lovers really talk about a decision. From ancient tarot readers, the Lovers were a decision. Okay? You have choices to make. There may have been an imbalance, some loneliness, certainly disharmony, certainly miscommunication. You want to fix that now. The question is, how do you do it? Because your life has been a never-ending story. Yes, you can see the energy, you can see the future like the Two of Wands guys, and you could even get excited about it. But you got to make a decision as to how you're going to get there. And it would have to do with something that you're attached to, strongly attached to, or another word we could use was love. Something that you love. And again, for many people, loving is what they're used to. You want that connection in any event. You want that connection. Jumping over the Oracle card, we go to the right side of the bottom row. We have the Knight of Wands. Knights always bring gifts. Wands always bring excitement, enthusiasm, and positivity. So the Knight brings confidence, courage, passion. That's a big one. That's a big one. Because that may be what's missing in some aspect of your life or all of your life. You may be just going through the motions. Yeah, I get up, I got breakfast, I go to work, I have lunch, I go back to work, I come home, I have dinner, and I go back to sleep, and round and round and round and round and going nowhere. And you want that to change. You want that passion. You want that electricity. You want that plugged-in feeling. Knight of Wands says you can grab it. You can do it. And the final card, bottom row, is Six of Pentacles. I love Six of Pentacles because it talks about reciprocity. It talks about abundance. It talks about charity, about giving. Maybe up to this point you've been feeling cheated. You know? Maybe on a more 3D level, like everybody, you're struggling with the money. Every time you go to a store, every time you go to shop, every time you go to pay a bill, it's more than it was the last time. And so there's an element of that. But the fact of the matter is that Pentacles are not just money. There are things that you value. What do you value? Don't have them tell you what you value. What do you value? Is it health, happiness, love? Money doesn't buy those things. In fact, you talk to people who are very, very rich, they wonder why people like them, why people say they love them. They're worried about their money. That's not a way to live. So, Six of Pentacles is reciprocity. Your values and your life match. That brings the Two of Wands, the excitement, the enthusiasm, the passion. The Knight of Wands, same thing, courage. Let's go out, have that adventure. Let's go to the top. Nice way to begin the top row. Left side, Ace of Cups. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Remember, you cannot love somebody if you don't love yourself. In fact, to be honest with you, you can't forgive somebody unless you forgive yourself. It all begins and ends with us. And I know I say this almost in every single read, but it has to be repeated. Because people don't get the message. Oh, yeah, they hear, but they're really not listening. It's just some noise in the background. Love yourself, love yourself. Oh, yeah, I do. I'll have another beer, another piece of pizza. That's not necessarily loving yourself. And it's certainly not the kind of love that I'm talking about. I'm talking about emotional strength. Talking about creativity in your life. You're not physically or mentally or emotionally exhausted. You're fully charged. You're plugged into your life, just like the Two of Pentacles, just like the Knight of Two of Wands, and just like the Knight of Wands. You can change that never-ending story. One way that you do it, Five of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas, words. Five of Swords is a hollow victory. Yeah, you make all the noise, you go through all the action, you sacrifice, and there's a lot of conflict. And it doesn't really amount to anything. Five of Swords means that you could end unhealthy relationships, make changes. And it begins with you. Begins with you. You want to change the world around you. You don't have to save the whole world. Just work on yourself. That's plenty. More than enough. And so the Five of Swords says, quit fighting with yourself. Start changing your thinking. Be more positive. Be like the Star, the next card we're going to be looking at. The Star is ultimately, for me, the healing thing. It's hope, it's guidance, it's inspiration. It provides all that stuff that you need to quit sabotaging yourself. There is a kind of a despair sticking around all of us like a fog. The Star says you can break it. You can, by loving yourself, changing your thinking like the Five of Swords, you can become this Two of Wands. You can become this Knight of Wands. You have to make the choice like the Lovers to have reciprocity with yourself. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. If you can do it with you, you can do it with anybody else. And the Star helps give you that energy. And the final is Eight of Cups. It means you got to walk away from something that you're attached to. Yeah, the cups are love. Well, let's just call it heavy attachment. You're used to it. And so the Eight of Cups makes it very clear, can't do this anymore. Cannot do this. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. But it's just not getting it for me anymore. I need a new direction. I can't turn back. I got to burn the bridges. I've got to make the change complete. Otherwise, the round and round and round thing keeps going, and I'm going nowhere. I have a life that sucks. It doesn't mean anything. And so the final card, vice versa card, middle of the upper row, Six of Swords. Perfect card to leave on. It means passage. Moving forward beyond the current pain, discomfort, whatever you're feeling that's negative. Whatever is getting you to feel like it's a never-ending story and you're going nowhere, you can go. The Six of Swords says bon voyage, but you got to make the decision to go for a life that's plugged in. And you begin with the Ace of Cups by loving yourself. And then you worry about maybe the Six of Pentacles, where you kind of treat yourself as valuably as you want others to treat you. Feel your value. Feel your worth. That's going to make all the difference in the world. Great way to end the read. It's a big one. Yes, it's a never-ending story, but the idea is keep on keeping on. Keep doing it. You'll win. It's when you give up, it's over. Don't do it. So that's our read for today. Be back tomorrow with another Tarot Manifested reading. I hope you're here with me. Until the next time you and I do have a chance to get together, peace and blessings.